Geminis, welcome to your July of 2016 Sidereal Astrology forecast. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link down below because the signs are different. All right, so Gemini, this month we're going to look at a general overview of the month for you. If you do want a more specific look, do check your weeklies where I go into the specifics of each of these weeks and all the aspects that are being formed. But this should still give you a good general idea of the month. So in July, basically what we have is on the 4th, we have a new moon in your sign of Gemini. So first of all, happy birthday for those of you watching for your sun signs who have your birthdays this week or this month. But for all of you, whether you're watching for your ascendant, your moon, or your sun, new beginnings in your sign. So things are subtle at the beginning of the month. Now, it's a good time to sit with the energies because this is where the insights come into the picture and we can start to set these intentions. And for you, it's very important because it's your sign. So this is going to be for the next, particularly 6 months to a year of where you can cultivate these new beginnings. So they might be with your goals, they might have to do with your aspirations, anything having to do with the self or your desires in life. So writing them down is great, especially in that Gemini sort of energy, that Gemini style of doing things. Thinking about things around the 4th, coming up with plans or practical steps towards cultivating these goals or what have you, I think will be excellent with that. Now, I do want to mention that there is still a bit of this forward-moving energy this month because Mars had gone direct at the end of last month in June. So things are moving forward, and this is particularly in a shift with your self-expression because Mars was retrograde in your 5th house of your interests, your hobbies, perhaps your self-expression, anything that's close to the heart or that you consider fun in life. And so there might be a new motivation with that this month. I think it's great to continue to cultivate perhaps this newfound motivation or drive with these 5th house matters. So in a sense, there is energy moving forward this month compared to the last few months while Mars was retrograde. But around the 4th, it's that subtler energy of the new moon of sitting with these new beginnings. Now, on the 8th, we have Venus going into Cancer, followed by Mercury, your ruler, on the 11th, and then the Sun on the 17th. So about this early to middle part of the month, there's this shift from your sign into Cancer. And so this is your 2nd house, Cancer. And so there's this shift where I think things will definitely still be about you cultivating who you are and your desires and all that. You'll probably find that you're enjoying a bit more of the values in your life, the material life, the senses, the luxurious things. Some of you might be thinking about the financial life, and that's great. You're a ruler there, thinking about it, putting into practical use, perhaps some of these values of yours. So it's great. You can enjoy it with Venus. Your mind's there with Mercury. And then by the 17th, once your Sun goes into the 2nd, it's a lot of energy to be gained through this luxurious and enjoying life on that sensual level. And this is going to be the area of new beginnings for you next month. So as you focus on these things, you'll likely, have this energy, this awareness that could be what is planting new seeds for you next month regarding these values, finances, and anything on that material level. Now on the 17th as well, Mars, who is direct, will be trining up to Chiron. In fact, Mars's retrograde has been bouncing around this trine with Chiron. So a lot of us have been going through this healing, and I think for you with your self-expression. So this is now the last one where you'll feel, I think, more rejuvenated, more healed, if you haven't already, regarding this self-expression, because now Mars is direct. So there's more of that independence, that direct energy there. And around the 17th, a bit of that rejuvenation with that self-expression. And a lot of this is, about you healing, I think, your productive life or your career life, because Chiron is in your 10th house. And so if you are feeling any uncertainties about that or wounds or whatnot, that is where the healing is taking place in the big picture. So it is still excellent for you to do that healing and know that, you're definitely very capable when it comes to the public stuff or the career stuff. But there is this inner healing taking place with that. And as you do that inner healing, that inner acceptance, you'll find more of that rejuvenation. Now on the 19th, we have a full moon, and this is going to be in Sagittarius. So this is actually the 2nd Sagittarius full moon that we have. We had the last one last month as well. So this is in regards to your relationships. And so another culmination with your one-to-one connections. And if there's been anything over the past 30 days or even as far back as the past 6 months regarding relationships for you, this is now the high point with that, or at least a high point of perspective. A lot of you should have this awareness now in terms of what you do value and what gives you that sense of freedom and free-spiritedness, which is what you're attracted to in relationships. You know, this is Sagittarius opposite your sign in the 7th house. This is the attraction. So expanding your horizons, as it will be for everybody, but I think for you, maybe connecting with relationships can be great. Things moving forward. Some things may not be working in the relationship sphere, and so you can see what isn't and either change them or let them go, but continue to cultivate and continue to put that energy into your relationships, because there is a lot of that energy there. So that's the 19th. Then on the 21st, your ruler Mercury shifts into Leo. So this is going to be your 3rd house. So this last roughly week of the month, you'll find this shift of your mind, perhaps wanting to get more involved with the intellectual pursuits, maybe doing some reading, some communicating, some learning, some sharing, some teaching even. So whatever that is for you, I think it's a good energy to start to cultivate, because you'll have a lot of that mental energy there. Again, it's your ruler, so it's you in the chart. A lot of maybe even opportunities there to do some of that reading or writing or communicating. And I think you can enjoy it with Venus shifting into there on the 24th. Now, the last major thing of the month is that Uranus is going retrograde this month, and this is going to be on the 29th, and this is in that 10th house of your career stuff. So now it's a good time for about the next 6 months to reflect on the career or the productive life. And there is this shift and maybe this bit of understanding about how you can have freedom here, because this is what Uranus has been showing you for many years, how to have this freedom when it comes to your career. Liberate yourself, and whatever that might mean for some of you. For some of you, it's maybe entrepreneurship. Others, it's working for the right company or getting promoted. You know, whatever it is you feel like is a sort of aspiration of yours to free you up. You feel like can be more freedom through your career. So this has already been the case, but now it's a shift of reflecting on that, perhaps revisiting some of these things and redoing some of these things relating to your career and freedom from the 29th onward. All right, so Geminis, that's the month in a nutshell. Like I said, this is a very general look. If you do want more specifics, do check out your weekly, where I go into the specific weeks. So Gemini, I hope you guys have a fantastic month. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.